Hey guys, my name is Bethany. Thank you for joining me on my channel today. I'm really excited to do this video. It has been on my heart for a couple of weeks now, and it's regarding 4 different books that I have read recently that have really inspired me and challenged me in my life. They are all about adoption, but they encompass a lot of different perspectives of adoption. And I just really wanted to share them with other people in hopes that if you are looking to adopt, that you've been through adoption, maybe you've been hurt by adoption, maybe there's things that have happened that have been really difficult, that these can be resources to people out there that are more interested in adoption. And so I want to get right into the video. I did want to say really fast that in the description box, I'm going to have links to all the different ministries that these ladies support and are awesome ministries. So if you're wanting to give financially, you can go check out the description box and look at all the different links down there to give. So the first book that I wanted to share with you, it's called Adoption Through the Rearview Mirror, and it's by Karen Springs. This book has truly been a huge piece of my healing from our story with adoption and the hardships that we went through as a family. This is a real life stories of people who adopted from specifically the Ukraine and mostly older children. But it really gets into the nitty gritty of the things that adopted parents go through, the hardships, the blessings, the difficulties, the judgments, just everything kind of surrounding all the emotions and the feelings, the broken things that you thought were going to be that did not happen. This book really brought healing to my heart. I know the Lord led this or brought this book into my life so that it could be a piece of my healing. Truly an inspirational book. I really love this book, and I would say anybody who is looking into adopting, whether they've been through it or whether they're about to go through it, this is a huge resource, and I would really encourage people to read this book. So that's my first book that I would encourage people to read. The second book, this book is also really amazing. This book is called Choosing to See. It's by Beth Chapman, who's married to Stephen Curtis Chapman, who I'm sure a lot of you have heard of, a famous musician. This gives such an amazing perspective of a family that, honestly, the Lord brought adoption into their family, but they were not expecting it. They ended up adopting three little girls from China. I won't go too much into it because I don't want to spoil it, but I love Mary Beth's perspective because she is just an ordinary lady who has issues like the rest of us with anxiety, insecurities, but she so vulnerably lays this out of how she felt through the whole process, her insufficiencies as a believer, and what happened with their family, how God brought them through one of the darkest times of their lives. This book really ministered to me and just showed me so much of the grace of God, and how that no matter what we're going through in our lives, that if we yield to the Lord, that He will bring us through. Really awesome book. So, Choosing to See. The third book, this is another amazing book. All these books are so awesome. This is called Love Without Borders. It's by Angela Braniff. She has a YouTube channel called This Gathered Nest. She has really been very influential in my life, and just a mother type figure. Her perspective of adoption and just her heart is just so pure, and I love listening to her. And then she came out with a book, and I had to get it. And it's just her story of adoption, the ups and the downs, what she went through in just as a woman. This is a different perspective, though, in the case of she did adopt, but she really speaks to the heart of a woman. She really encourages me to be who I am and who God made me to be, and that my story is worth hearing. She really encourages women in that and in their story, whatever that is, adoption or not. She really speaks to the heart of a woman. And it's also funny. That it's just a really good, I breezed through this book. It was really fast. I read it in a couple days and I was done. So I really would encourage people who are, even if you're not looking to adopt, this is a great book to read of just the faithfulness of God. So that's the third book. So the fourth and the final book, and I actually have like a chapter left to read in this book, but it's called Kisses from Katie. And it's by a gal named Katie Davis Majors. She's actually from my hometown. I was raised in Franklin, Tennessee. She lived in Brentwood, Tennessee, which is like 10 minutes from Franklin. So this book, I don't want to say it's the best book, but it's just, I would say the most challenging book to my faith. I am a believer, I'm a Christian, and what God did with her life, just God gave her a deep grace for the people of Uganda. She ended up leaving right out of high school to go live in Uganda, and she does missions work and all sorts of crazy stuff there, and just really challenging to my American Christianity, because I think we're, I don't want to say the church is so off, but we have a lot of blessing here in America, and that's great. But she really speaks to the heart of, like, we've been blessed with much, and so we're called to give much. And it's just really a call to me as a American believer to live simply, to give generously, and to realize that there are people across the world that are suffering, they're dying of hunger, and it is a real thing. It's not just something that's talked about, it is truly a real thing. So I really encourage anyone who's thinking about missions work. She also talks about adoption because she does adopt. But it is just, this was a transformational book. I mean, last night I was just finishing up the end of the book, and I literally was in tears. Just the stories that she tells were so challenging to me, to my faith, and how I live my life. And I just wanted to read a little bit, just a quick paragraph for those of you who have hung on to the very end of this video, from her book, because it really kind of encompasses all the different books that I mentioned today in this video. So it says, people often ask if I think my life is dangerous, if I am afraid. I am much more afraid of remaining comfortable. Matthew 10:28 tells us not to fear things that can destroy the body, but things that can destroy the soul. I am surrounded by things that can destroy the body. I interact almost daily with people who have deadly diseases, and many times I'm the only person who can help them. I live in a country with one of the world's longest running wars taking place just a few hours away. Uncertainty is everywhere, but I'm living in the midst of the uncertainty and risk, amid things that can and do bring physical destruction, because I'm running from things that can destroy my soul: complacency, comfort, and ignorance. I am much more terrified of living a comfortable life in a self-serving society and failing to follow Jesus than I am of any illness or tragedy. Jesus called his followers to be a lot of things, but I have yet to find where he warned us to be safe. We are not called to be safe. We are simply promised that when we are in danger, God is right there with us, and there is no better place to be than in his hands. When I read that, I was so challenged in my faith. I was just like, oh my gosh, how often do I try to live in a safe place, in a comfortable place? And so anyway, if you're looking to be challenged in your faith or adoption, this is a great resource. So really, again, to summarize, guys, all these books, I just encourage you, something that the Lord has really been challenging me on is to get off social media and to just start reading. It's a great thing to grow your knowledge and to grow what's going on outside of the world. And also, it's really affordable. You can go on Amazon or wherever your local Christian bookstore and just buy these books and really be challenged. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to join me today. Again, if you're wanting to give financially, please check out the description box below. I'm really hoping and praying that this video brings awareness to adoption, to the ministries that they mentioned, because they're all very solid, and that we can just grow all these ministries with the money and the resources that we have. So God bless you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.